In this demo, I'm going to show you how you can access the older style panel, if you will, for working with CSS. With the new CSS designer, you have to basically go down the hierarchy till you get to properties. For example, I have an existing file here with a style sheet, and I have two media queries here, and I'll just go on global. And if I was to select any one of these, then I can see the properties, show set or show all. But let's say you want to access the older menu, maybe just because you like it better, or maybe you're an old-time user. There's a backdoor to get to it, and you have to go up to Insert, Div, and this is kind of the secret entrance. It's called New CSS Rule, right here. And ultimately, we're going to cancel this Insert Div, but we can still create a new CSS rule despite that. So new CSS rule. And you can see here is the old panel for generating the various types of selectors. So there's the class style, the ID, the tag style, and the compound style. So for example, if I want to create a class style, I choose class, and I type in a name, and they do start with a period. Dreamweaver will put one in if you happen to forget, and I'll call it Backdoor style. And make sure I put it in my external style sheet. Click OK. And then we have the dialog box with the familiar categories on the left and the properties on the right. So in this one, I'll simply go background color. We'll make it a bit of an orange color here. I'll hit my Enter return key and click OK. So it's a very simple style. But I've created it now, and I'll just hit Cancel here. And if I go look into my styles panel here, I should see it appear. And there it is. And you can see the style that got applied. So once again, if you want to generate a new style using the older dialog box, Insert Div is the secret entrance to that one. I don't know why they didn't make this more accessible. It's possible it might get phased out in the next version, but for now it's still in the 2015 version. Again, new CSS rule, and you do what you need to do. So if I want to create an ID, and they start with a hashtag, and I believe it would put one in if I forgot to, I'll just call this Backdoor ID. Click OK, make sure it's going into my style sheet. OK, and again, I can put any kind of features I want on it. Let's just say bright green as a background, and that's good enough for demonstration. And then I click Cancel. And that's the part you need to remember, unless you actually do want to insert a div. And if I look back here, there is my ID. So now if I wanted to insert a div, it would be available. For example, div. It's available to me in that list because it hasn't been used up yet. Now if I wanted to edit that style, let me go back here. Global. For example, this class style, I could edit it here, of course, but again, if I wanted to access that same dialog box, I'd have to go down to CSS here and apply it to something on the stage and edit it. So let's say if I clicked inside of here, inside of my div, say div, actually I need to click it on the stage, sorry. Go to targeted rule, apply, backdoor style. There it is. And again, if I click on here, I can edit that once it's been applied by clicking on the edit rule. Make sure that it's current in the targeted rule. And then you click edit rule. And once again, there is the familiar older dialog box for working with the various CSS styles and their properties. So we'll call this the backdoor lesson on CSS, but there you have it if you want to use the older dialog box. Otherwise, CSS Designer with its cascading sections from source to media to the selector to the properties. And that's it.